let's talk. Good afternoon to as many of you. I really hope that you all are enjoying yourself. You're having a great and a wonderful afternoon. So I really hope that it's because I know that some of you have you've been at work and some of you are probably at home resting. So yeah, I really hope that you will have enjoyed yourself so far. Anyway, before we start, I would like to tell as many of you that again we have another lovely bumper hot topic. And I know that some of you will some of you or a lot of you may enjoy it. And I really hope that this message will touch as many women. But before we dive so much deeper into the topic, many of you may or may not know me, but this is your girl, Adex. Now, so as we start, now today's topic that we'll be talking about is why women are done being nice. Women. That's my little motivational little motivational word that I will start off with. Women. This is a very powerful question, and this is a powerful question that I would like for as many women around the world, across the globe, to think about. This is one of those hot questions that we have to sit down and think about wherever you are, whether if you're at work, whether if you're at home, whether if you're with your friends, whether if you're with your parents. But this is a question that it is very important that we as women, we need to think about very well. Now, I would like to also say that this message, this very message, it may offend some people, but it will heal a lot of women. So this is why I'm kind of letting as many women know. It probably may or may not, but this is mainly about healing from a lot of things that you have gone through. And tonight, on All About Women, we are talking about something many women feel but are afraid to say it out loud. Now, this very question, a lot of women they've been asked this question. They have been asked this question, and with this question, hello, bear with me. Hello, Devon. Hi, welcome, and thank you for coming on. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. So yes, this very question, women has been asked. They've been asked about this question, but it's just that they're not kind of really happy. Some of them they kind of feel like ashamed to kind of express their feelings because of that very question, because they know that they have been asked this very question, and it's just that they don't kind of really know how to talk about it, how to say it out to other people that they know, let alone a professional, without being offended. They try to express themselves, but it's just that they feel that because they are ashamed to kind of come out with what is really bothering them. They just don't know how to say it out, and they will just be thinking about this question. But women, I would just like to say to as many of you that no matter the situation, you should not feel offended. I mean, if somebody asks you such a question, yeah, you can just answer the question to the best of your knowledge. Answer it in a way that you feel comfortable in answering this question, because it's not really easy. It's not easy to kind of be asked that question and you don't know how to kind of answer it. It's not easy, but just be rest assured that everything is okay and you don't need to be offended at all. Now, women women are women are done being nice. For women are done being nice for various reasons. One, it could be that that woman has, for example, she's been in a relationship for a number of years, and she's always been nice to her boyfriend her boyfriend, or maybe her husband, or her future husband. She's been nice to him so much, and the boyfriend or the partner or the future husband, he's kind of taken advantage of her niceness by kind of treating her in an unimaginable way that even she herself never even expected for the man to treat her. So, for example, like a man that has been with a woman for a very long time, the relationship starts off very well, and again, they've been together for a long time. Then, along the line, maybe the man suddenly becomes very tired of that woman. In fact, he's probably not even the kind of person that likes staying with one person. Maybe he likes being with multiple women. And then when he has kind of really gotten tired, then he will kind of start treating that woman anyhow. He will be treating her anyhow, maltreating her, probably even calling her all manner of names, insulting her, practically treating her bad. And this woman, because she wants peace in her relationship, that she doesn't know how to go about it. She wants peace in her relationship. She doesn't want argument. She doesn't want fighting. She doesn't want anything that will make her to lose her relationship, because she has passed the age where a lot of men has come to her previously, and she's past that age where she will kind of turn down as many men. And the man that she has managed to find, and she has stayed with this guy for a number of years, she has decided that, look, I'm not young as I was before. I have gotten to the age where I just need to stick with one man, and no matter how he treats me, I'll just look on the other side. I'll just look on the other side and pretend as if he's kind of treating me nice, but deep down inside, you know already that he is probably found another woman or multiple women elsewhere, and he's very tired. So his way of telling you that he is tired, that he will maltreat you anyhow and start kind of misbehaving. And sometimes with men, and first of all, please do not misquote me. Don't think that I'm not insulting men. No, I'm not. I'm saying that not all men, but some men are like that. Where some men, they like to stay with one woman, while other men like to test other women. Is kind of really is their nature. It is their nature, really, to be honest. Is their nature, and unfortunately it's not really anything that we can do about it. The only person the only person that I know that can actually change that very man is God himself. Yeah, he's the only one, because God knows how he created that man, so he knows how to kind of deal with that man. So he's the only one that I know will kind of change that man from maltreating the woman that he's with, the way he treats her. So sometimes it can be that the man is tired with the woman he's already with and wants to explore other women, so he will maltreat her and treat her anyhow. And is also part of why women just decide to stay nice, because they're tired of kind of starting afresh again with a new man, when the man that they're already with, they've built a solid relationship with that man, and she's known that man for a long time, and she just can't be bothered to start all over again and rebuild that love again with a new man. It's not easy. It's not easy, and that's why when women find a man that they are in love with and they build their relationship to marriage, it's kind of more better to kind of stick with that man, because we as women, we may be young now, but at some stage in our life we won't be as young as we used to be more than 17 to 18 years ago, or probably 23 years ago. We won't be as young as how we used to be when we were much, much younger. So it's just that with every of us women, as we get older, our body changes. Every day of every year, our body changes. So it's one of those things that is better for us women to kind of stick to one person, so that to avoid any kind of issues, it's better to stick with that very person. And that's part of why women decide to be nice. It could be also that it could be also that maybe it's not necessarily just a man, maybe their best friend that they have also known for a very long time, and she has shared a lot of things with her best friends, and this very woman is even unaware that her best friend isn't really a good friend. She's even unaware that her best friend is the kind of person that will kind of leak out her information and give it to someone else entirely. So sometimes when you are close with your friend, it's kind of good for you as a woman to kind of, before even building a friendship with your friend, it's kind of good to be with your friend, get to know your friend very, very well. It's also good for you to know her weak points, and obviously it's also good for the friend to also know your weak points, so that sometimes she will know how to help you out. But it depends again on the type of friend. Sometimes friends, when you tell your friends an important piece of information that you don't want anyone else to know, sometimes they will keep your secret. They will keep your secret and not even say it out, while others, they will actually say it out because of jealousy, just because because that woman, they feel that woman is better than them. No, it's not like that. But sometimes that is part of why sometimes that women tend to be nice, because they know that it's not easy to make friends. It's not easy, mostly when it comes to, as in within Europe, it's not easy to make friends. And the only people that I know that kind of really makes friends is all these young girls and boys when they are like from when they start school, from nursery to primary, from primary to secondary school, from secondary school to college, from college to university. So they've known each other. They've known each other since they both were in nursery, and they grew up together. They grew up to they grew up together in groups, and decided to stay friends for a very very long time. So those are the kind of people that I know that kind of makes friends, and sometimes also through through family members. Yeah, through family members that people can make friends as well, because even with the children, they they make their mothers to be friends with each other as well. So sometimes, yeah, it can be that. It can be that women decide to stay nice to just for peace to reign. Now, not because they are wicked. So again, when women decide to be nice, they are not being wicked at all. They are not. They are not being wicked. They just prefer to be nice. Not because they hate people. And again, it's not that they don't hate people. They don't hate people. I mean, they may dislike somebody. Not as a person, but maybe there is something that they have seen in this woman that they dislike about that woman. Maybe they've seen that she likes to talk a lot. Maybe she's seen that she likes to laugh a lot, and that friend is the kind of friend that doesn't kind of really like her friends to kind of talk a lot, to laugh a lot, to like go into deep conversations that that kind of never happened, or maybe she kind of invented that story, maybe, and maybe that's the kind of things that the friends doesn't really like. Then one day the friend will actually just come to her friend and say, look, listen, that you've been my friend for a very long time, and it's not that I dislike you, but these certain characters that you kind of like display is what I don't kind of really like. Don't get me wrong, we are friends, but I kind of really wouldn't want our friendship to end. Then the woman will understand. She will understand that, okay, that this kind of things is what people doesn't like, and she will find a way of readjusting herself. But because being nice has cost them too much. Now, for example, again, when it comes to friends go an extra mile. They go such extreme miles for their best friend. And then with the friend, because the friend has sacrificed a lot just to make sure that her friend is happy, and she's helped her physically, mentally, emotionally, financially. She's really been there for her friend through thick and thin. And one day, the friend that's kind of supposed to appreciate her best friend for being there for her is not the kind of friend that a person expects to mingle with. Then one day that friend will find out the kind of person that she really is, and she will she will just one day come up to the friend and say that, look, listen, that so is this how you really are? I never knew that you're this kind of friend, and I'm sorry that I can't continue to put my neck up, put my neck on the line because of you. I can't continue to sacrifice because of you. It's cost me a lot. It's cost me a lot. It's cost me my finances. It's cost me my relationship with my partner. It's cost me my family. Then the friend will just decide and say no, that no more that but don't get me wrong, I will be nice, but I'm sorry that we can kind of no longer be friends, just because that very friend has really offended her best friend. And it's not meant to be like that. True friends are the kind of friends that stay with each other, grow up with each other for many years, for a very long time. True friends stick to themselves as if they're sisters, even though that they know very well that they're not biologically related, but they act like sisters, and they would do anything for their friends the same way your biological sister will actually do for you. So sometimes it's very important. Sometimes it's very important that a woman needs to acknowledge that your friend, your family, your partner is doing the best for you, and you shouldn't really take advantage of such help. You shouldn't kind of really take advantage of that, because one day you'll be left alone. You'll be left alone, and you'll be thinking to yourself that, oh, wow, okay, that's what have I done that I've really messed up, and what am I going to do? And this is where the questions will come in. You'll be asking yourself, what are you going to do? How are you going to mend this? How are you going to sort out this solution? So that's why it's very good as a woman to make sure that you have a very good relationship with your friends. As in either one of your best friends or your group of friends, however it is to you, and your partner as well, is also good for you to kind of appreciate your partner, and not to kind of take advantage of him, as in not to take advantage of his niceness. So that is one of the things that is very important as a woman. If you are a woman who has been forgiving, understanding, patience, and silence for too long, this conversation is for you. Now, women, so now I would like for as many of you women to please say this, as in type, you can say or you can type it. I'm here in the comments if you are a woman and this already sounds familiar. So if this sounds familiar to you, you can say it or you can type it you can type it here, or later on in the comment section. Kind of let me know if you're such a person. Now we're going to go into the steps now. Step 1. What does nice really mean? So what does nice really mean to you? When we say women are nice, what we do, we really mean. So for example, when women say that, when women say we are nice, we're nice for a lot of reasons. Yeah, we are nice for a lot of reasons. Um, for example, just to keep peace and harmony amongst you, your friends, your family. You're the kind of person that doesn't like fights outside. You don't like fights, let alone even witnessing a fight. You don't like any trouble outside. You just rather keep your peace and harmony. You just want peace and harmony amongst yourself, your friends, your family members, or practically anyone that you know. Want you just want peace and harmony, and therefore that's why we women we it's part of why we women decide to stay nice. And what we really mean and what we really mean. So it could be that you have, as a woman, you've probably thought about a lot of things that you've gone through. You've thought about it a lot, and you have sat down and said to yourself that, look, that whatever is the case, I'm not going to allow this to spoil my day, and I am going to do something about this very problem. I mean, yeah, whatever the problem is, whether it's a friendship problem, whether it's a man problem, whether it's a family problem, but you have decided to sit down, talk to yourself, and to find the lasting solution to that problem, and you've dealt with it, which is very good. We mean women who say yes when they really say no. Now, sometimes women, when women say yes, they say it for a reason. But sometimes when they say yes, they don't always mean yes. When they say yes, sometimes they are put under pressure by a family member. For example, when it comes to you about getting married, sometimes your parents will prefer to get you the man that they feel you will like. And then it gets to the point that you see that man, and you see that man, and you don't like that man. Then you will tell your parents that, look, mom, dad, I'm sorry, but this guy that you bought for me, I don't like this guy. That please, mom, dad, I'll prefer for you to allow me to go out there and find my Mr. Right. Then they'll say no. They'll say no. That, look, listen, that we want your happiness. We don't want that at the end of the day that you go out there, choose Mr. Right for yourself, and it turns out not to be that Mr. Right. So it's better for us to help you to find the man. Then from the men, you will be the one to select the one that you want. Would that be better for you? So it's down to the daughter to select whether she wants to go for the selection of men that the parents has chosen for her, or she will still insist and tell her parents that, look, mom, dad, please, you see all these men you've chosen for me, I'm sorry, I don't like any of them. Again, I will still prefer to go out there and find my Mr. Right. Then at some point, they will have no choice. They will have no choice to actually just let her to find the right person for herself. But on the other hand, it could be that her at work, when the woman knows that she needs to be she needs to have her rest, then the boss will actually the boss will call his employee. He'll call her and say, oh, hello, good afternoon, how are you? Please, um, Alice, is it possible if you can kind of help me to cover a shift, because you know that one of your colleagues have called in sick and he needs help. Then she has to remind her boss that, look, boss, you know that today's my day off and I have plans, I have commitments, and I have to take my kids out. I have to attend parents meeting for my daughter. I have to take my daughter to her appointment. Then the boss will kind of ask that please, as a one-off, are you able to help me, because it's not that I kind of mean to disturb your off day, but it's just that there is nobody else that will help. There's no one else that I can call, because all your colleagues are even calling in sick, saying that that they've come down with flu, and you're the only person that I can think of. She'll think about it. Then an hour later, call her boss and say, boss, that look, listen, yeah. Although I have commitments and I have to take my daughter for her parents' evening, I have to take her for her dentist appointment. Give me time, let me talk to my partner or let me talk to my husband and find out if he's free so that he can help me out just this once. But please, let it not be a constant thing, because the last thing I want is for me and my husband to get into an argument over it, please. Then he will now understand. He'll say yes, that this won't happen again. And thank you. Then that woman she'll go in, cover that shift, and then she'll get paid for it at some point. And then the boss will thank her, and so on and so forth. On the other hand, it could also be that maybe your mother has asked you to do something, and out of pressure you said yes, but deep down inside you mean no. And to please your mother and not to get her angry, you will actually end up doing what she's asked you to do, just so that she can be happy. But sometimes it's very good and it's very, very important as a woman to kind of stand your ground, and even though that your mom knows that you have your life, she knows that already, and you have commitments to yourself that you need to be committed to. She knows that already, but sometimes you need to kind of like let your mom to realize that, look, mom, yes, you are my biological mother. You raised me, you grew me up, you raised me and taught me how to make my own decisions and choices. But this time around, mom, you see, after this very errand that you've asked me to do, mom, please, next time, I have commitments, so mom, please, I really appreciate that you kind of acknowledge that I have things to do as well, and it's not kind of really about you. But on the other hand, it's kind of good that you say it to your mom in a nice way, in a very nice way, so that she won't kind of feel as if you're being rude. Because remember, yeah, she is your mom. She's still your mom, no matter what. And with moms, even though that you're fully grown and you're a mature adult, and even though that the mother knows that you're 45 now, she still sees you as her baby, no matter what. Even though that you left her house, she still sees you as her baby until when you become an elderly person yourself. So it's kind of one of those things. But sometimes it's kind of good that you tell your mom that, look, mom, I have things to do, so it's very important for you to please help me and acknowledge that I also have life to live as well, so that she will understand and she won't kind of really be sending you on errands when you have things to do as well. Now, women who stay quiet to keep peace. A lot of us women, we kind of, it's not that we don't want to talk, but for peace to reign, women just decide to stay silent. And mostly for women who are believers, who are Christians that believe in God, rather than them kind of talking, rather the only person that they like to communicate with is God himself. So rather than allowing certain problems to be a hindrance to them, rather they'll just take it to God in prayers and read the scripture and cry to God and tell God their problems, rather than kind of speaking to someone else. Rather, they just prefer to share their problems with God. And sometimes it's good, yeah. Sometimes it's very good for you to share your problems with God, because He's the only one that can never deceive you. He's the only one that can actually direct you on what to do. I mean, even though that you won't kind of see it at that very time, but the more you constantly pray, then the more you will actually eventually start to get the answers that you're looking for. So maybe one day it may come to you in a dream or a revelation. Maybe it may come to you probably when you're at work, that you'll probably be sitting in your office chair, and you thought about this very problem, and then maybe in an hour's time you decided to daydream, and then you now again remember this problem, and then God came to you while you were daydreaming and told you how to sort this problem out. So sometimes it is good to take your problems to God, and also sometimes it's kind of good to express your feelings to people that you know. Not everyone, but only the trusted person that you know, that will never ever leak out your information or your secret to anyone else, to no third party, or a professional that you know very well that is confidential with the information that you give them, and he will never or she will never leak out your information unless you actually authorize that person to leak out your information. But if you don't, whatever you discuss with your counselor, it stays in that room. And that's one of the things I like about them. Guys, bear with me, because I need to pick my word. Yeah, and that's one of the things I like about these counselors, because they know that they're professionals, and they know that very, very well that they cannot leak out your information without your permission. That's one thing I like about them as well. So sometimes when a woman decides to stay silent, they just want peace of mind. They don't want anything that will bring them problems. They don't want anything that will kind of tarnish their image. They don't want anything that will kind of create unnecessary fight. They just want peace of mind. So they'd rather just not say anything and just take their problems to God and just put it in prayer and wait upon God to direct them on what to do. Women who put everyone first and themselves last. When women sacrifice a lot for their families, and their families and their close friend, they always go an extra mile for them. Yeah, they always do, and they rather they'll rather put them first, and then they leave themselves last, and then they end up neglecting themselves as to a stage where they will kind of just get lost along the way. And it's not really meant to be so. Yes, it's good that you sacrifice for your family and for your friend, as in your most trusted friend, your only friend that you know very well. But at the same time, it's also very, very important to actually think of yourself as well, and also that treat yourself to whatever you want to do. Yeah, practically think of yourself, then just sacrificing a lot and not putting yourself first as well. Sometimes it's good to put yourself first, because if you don't, then you will eventually emotionally break down. You will become so stressed that anxiety will kick in, depression will kick in, and you will kind of not be comfortable with yourself. And which obviously many of us women know that it can lead to a lot of things, and that's the last thing that we want to happen. So sometimes it's good to put yourself first. Sometimes it's good to put yourself first before others. But again, I'm not saying neglect others, but at the same time, just remember in the back of your mind that you should also put yourself first as well. Because if you don't, then you will lose yourself along the way, and you don't want that. Now, so from a young age, women are taught to be polite, gentle, accommodating, understanding, even when they are hurting. Now, this is where our parents actually have taught us. When we're growing up, our parents have always taught us to be polite to people. No matter whether if you're related to that person or not, your parents has always taught you to be polite to people, both young and old. Our parents has also taught us to be gentle with people. They've taught us to be accommodating as well to people. They've taught us to be understanding to people, even though that you're hurting, that your parents know that you're hurting. They know how to help you. They know how to help you to sort out that very problem that is making you that is kind of hurting you so much. They know how to sort that out. Now, society praises women for sacrificing but not checking the cost of that sacrifice. Yeah, society does praise women. Yeah, for society praises us for all the sacrifices that we make. But sometimes they kind of fail to know the kind of sacrifices that women make and what it costs them. They kind of fail to kind of understand that. And then along the way, then things will start happening to that woman just because she has sacrificed a lot for her family, her friends, her children, and then when it eventually goes downhill, that woman will be the one to be blamed. And that's even one of the things. That's one of the things that I always wonder. I always have wondered that why it is that when women actually does a lot of sacrifices and they put their neck on the line for someone else, rather than for them to be appreciated, they're not appreciated at all. They end up being blamed just because they put their neck out on the line for someone else. And then rather than for that woman to be acknowledged, that the person that the other person that they feel has done all the work will get all the praises and will be acknowledged, rather than the woman that put her neck on the line for that person to be where they are today. I've always wondered why that happens. And even up until now, I'm still wondering up until now. Maybe one day when I figure it out and get the answer, I will let you guys know. I'll let you know. Now, women, I would like for you, for as many of you to pause, take a deep breath, breathe in, breathe out, then say slowly, nice women are tired. Nice women are drained. Nice women are burned out. So this is kind of like a motivational word that I would like for as many of you women to kind of be saying this as a reminder to yourself, for as many of you to know that you are always nice, but at the same time tired. You're always nice, at the same time you are constantly drained. You are always nice, but at the same time you constantly burn out a lot of energy and calories, just because you are sacrificing a lot for someone else. So please say this as a reminder for yourself, so that it will kind of help you to understand that you are a very nice person, please. And when a woman finally stops being nice, people don't ask what she went through. They just say she has changed. Now, when women has been nice to a level, and they decide that one day that they want to be mean to someone else, it's not that they really want to be mean. It's not that they really want to be angry, but people has pushed that woman to the limit. That people has pushed that woman to another level entirely, that she has decided to stop being nice to people. And it's not that she has changed, she's still the same person. But one thing that people need to understand, and yeah, this is sometimes people need to understand why she is going through what she's going through, and what made her to go through that very problem. So that's what people need to understand, and they need to understand this. For them understanding this is by investigating and finding out what that woman really went through, and why she has decided to no longer be nice. It's good to do a thorough investigation and find out. Then when you find out, then you will now know, okay, that this is the reason why she's no longer being nice again. Rather than for she to be judged and say that she's changed. She hasn't changed, she's still the same person, but people has pushed her to the limit and has pushed her to another level that has made her not to be no longer nice again. Now the second step, when women are done, because they woke up angry, when women are done because they woke up angry one day. Women have sat down and have spoken to themselves that, look, they are tired and they are done with helping people. Then when they have told themselves that, they sat down and they thought about it very, 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 very well, and decided and said, no, I am done. Then they woke up. They woke up one day and became angry. And them being angry maybe is because they got a certain news that they didn't like, and they're very, very angry with that very news that they just received. They are done because they've been ignored, used, dismissed, and expected to endure. This is what we women go through all the time. Mostly when it comes to some men, sometimes women feel ignored by men. And mostly some of those men that likes to go into a relationship with a woman, use them to their advantage, and then dump them and move on to someone else. That woman will feel used and dismissed. Then she's expected to continue to endure that very heartbreak. It's not good. It is not good at all, because why I say that it is not good, because we are human beings. We are women who have feelings, and we as women, we have the right to be heard. We have the right to express our feelings. We have the right to say no, that enough is enough. We cannot endure such maltreatment from certain men. And again, please don't misquote me. I am not saying every single man does this. Not all of them are like that. Not all of them are like that at all. Some majority of men, they have been well trained by their parents and well disciplined, and they know that breaking a woman's heart, it can actually lead to a lot of things, and they kind of not really ready to go down that route. So they rather stick with that woman and love and cherish her. Whereas those ones that likes breaking women's heart, those are the ones that kind of does all of that, and they feel it's okay. No, it's not okay. It's not okay at all. And that's where it kind of needs to kind of end, so that the woman can have rest of heart, so that woman can have peace and harmony. But she really does not like to be ignored. She doesn't like to be used. She doesn't like to be dismissed at all. She prefers to be valued by a man, like other women. And that's what we women deserve. We deserve to be valued by men, and not to be used not to be ignored, let alone dismissed by a man. It's not nice, and it's not great at all. So please, we need to kind of learn how to work around those kind of problems by speaking to professionals that will actually guide you and advise you on how to kind of overcome those problems. They were nice when they were disrespected. You see, women has always been nice. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, they are always nice. Apart from some of them that is just not really nice at all because of the past trauma. I mean, I don't blame them. Because they have been nice, and then a man decided to toil with their emotions, and they decided that no, enough is enough. That no matter who the man is, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to actually give that man a chance, because if I give this man a chance, he will toil with me again. So with women that were nice when they were disrespected, and then they actually decided and changed their whole behavior, and decided not to be nice again because of the time that men disrespected them. Men is not kind of really meant to disrespect women. They need to kind of always respect women. They need to. It's not really nice when they kind of see women as not a woman. It's not nice. Nice when they were overworked. Women are nice. They are nice. But sometimes when they overwork themselves, they become so stressed. And again, stress, anxiety, depression kicks in. Then the whole mood will change. It will go into overdrive, that they'll become so overwhelmed that this is too much. I've overworked myself, and I need to slow down. I need to find something that will distract me, that will relax my mind from all that work that I have done. Nice when their needs were overlooked. Again, the sacrifice that women has made. They were nice. They were very, very nice when their needs were overlooked, because again, they sacrificed for their family, their parents, their children, their best friends, and they overlooked themselves. They overlooked themselves and neglected themselves, and it just got to the point that they just told themselves, no more sacrificing, because my sacrifice, at the end of the day, I won't end up being appreciated. Rather, I'll end up being kind of not valued, and it's not really nice. It's not really nice for a woman to go through all of that, and she has been overlooked just because of her sacrifice. Nice when they were emotionally drained. Now again, women, guys, bear with me. So now, nice when women were emotionally drained. Women, yeah, women has always been nice, and they're still nice. It's not that they're not. But when they do a lot for people, they end up being emotionally drained because yeah, they do a lot for people, and people don't kind of acknowledge the good work that they do. They don't acknowledge it, and it's not nice. Women need to be acknowledged. They need to be acknowledged, and they should not kind of be overlooked, please. And one day, something snaps, not in anger, but in clarity. So after the woman sat down and had a long think, and one day something snaps. One day something came to her mind. Something came to her mind, and she actually decided that she kind of wants to get clarity from what she thought about. So she went for a normal counseling session, and spoke to her counselor and told her counselor that, look, I thought about this thing, and I need you to advise me on this matter. That is it good or is it bad? Then the advisor will advise her on the matter. Now, women, once again, this very one is kind of the power line. Now, women are not becoming heartless; they are becoming honest. So when a woman when a woman that you feel is heartless, they are not being heartless. They're not being heartless at all. They are just honest women. They don't like it when a person toils with their emotions. They don't like it when they are being trampled on. They don't like it when a man deceives them. They don't like it when their family deceives them. They rather will just come out in the open and say, look, I am not happy with this, and I need to speak my mind that this needs to stop, and I really appreciate that you respect me. So that woman is just coming out in the open and just saying to her man and saying to her family that she needs her respect. So she's just being honest. She's been honest with what she was saying. So people need to kind of realize that women are just being honest, and they are not heartless women. They just don't like being trampled on. Women needs to be valued. Women needs to be valued. They need to be respected as well. Not just a woman just being there and people are treating her anyhow. It's not good. Now, I would like to ask this question to as many women. Has anyone here ever been called too much just for speaking up? This is my question. This is my question to as many of you women. So it's up to you for you to answer it. You can answer it in your own time. I don't mind. Now, part 3. The guilt women feel when they stop. When they stop. When a woman stops being nice, guilt comes immediately. Wow, that very one is that very one, I will actually say to as many women, when women decide to stop being nice, again, they have their reason for it. They have their reason for it. And for example, when it comes to work, when it comes to the workplace, women, in order for a woman to keep her job, they actually would want to keep her job. So in order for people not to notice her, she kind of decides not to be nice, because she has been shown such embarrassment in her previous workplaces before, and she's learned from that mistake that being too nice will cost her her job. And that is also part of why many people lose their jobs on a daily basis, because some women come to work and they kind of lose themselves. They feel that guys, bear with me because my studio is a bit cold, and I'll kind of need to switch on my other fan. Bear with me, guys. Yes. Anyway, back to what I'm saying. So yes. So that this very woman has really kind of decided not to be nice again because of the past experience that she had in her former job that made her to lose her job. So maybe one day somebody advised her that she is being too nice, because when people apply for a job, it's not that they actually want that job, but they go there to get that job. They go there to get that job to be private investigators to find out about that person, and then they can go as far as being friends with that person just to get information from her. Then one day you will see that same person that is nice to you, one day he'll go and leak out your information that you trusted that person with, and that woman will be wondering that, whoa, how did my information get out? And then that woman has forgotten that she's leaked out information to someone that she never knew that is a private investigator. That's why it's kind of preferable that you just keep your secrets to yourself, because there are a lot of hidden people that doesn't like you. So from that day on, that woman just decided that, yeah, she's not going to be nice again due to her past experience of her former workplace. Then she actually said no, that she will actually be mean so that she can keep her job. She starts questioning herself. Am I wrong? Am I wicked? Am I selfish? Now, to answer your question to women, you are not wrong. You are not wicked, neither are you selfish. But people has dealt with you, and now it's time for you to is not to get revenge, but it's kind of you to kind of show people sometimes so that they will never ever step on your toes again. Yeah, it's very important, and it's better that you actually kind of show people so that they will not step on your tail again. But let me tell you something very important tonight. Setting boundaries does not make you rude. Choosing peace does not make you cold. It's very important as women to set boundaries for yourself. Not just for yourself, but to people that you know as well, so that they will respect and they will understand that you have these boundaries in place, so that they will not take advantage of you ever again. So it's very, very important for you to actually do that. And also, it's good for you to know that you choose peace. You choosing peace doesn't mean you're cold. You are not cold, and you can never be cold to anyone. You are just standing up for your rights, and you're not allowing anyone to trample over you. Women, please help me and say slowly and clearly. You can be kind without being a doormat. You can be loving without self-destruction. Now, to as many women, if this motivational word really touched you, you can comment. That would be very great for me. The world benefited from women being silent. That's why it is uncomfortable when women start speaking. You see, when women decide to stay silent, again, it's for their reasons. Then the day that they are pushed to the limit and they start speaking out, that's when the world is in trouble. So rather to avoid that trouble, it's better that you kind of stay off the lane of that woman, so that when the trouble starts, neither of you will ever entangle yourself in such trouble, because you and I does not want anything that will tarnish our image. We both want peace. We both want to have a clean record. We don't want anything that will tarnish our image. So rather, it's better to kind of keep away from women who decide to stay silent for your own good and for my good as well. Yeah, it's better. Bear with me, guys. Yeah. Now, part 4. Part 4. What women are really choosing now? What are women really choosing now? So women are not choosing bitterness, they are choosing balance. So women prefer not to be bitter. They don't like bitterness. They don't like bitterness in anything that they do, let alone relationship. They don't like that bitterness at all, because being bitter, it kind of drains your low self-esteem, and you will not concentrate because you're so bitter on whatever it is that's bothering you. So it's better for you not to be bitter at all. It's better that you're happy. Then they are choosing balance. So rather than being bitter, it's better to choose balance. It's also better for you to rest. And also it's better for you to choose yourself as well. So it's really better, rather than being bitter, it's better to be in the balance of doing what you love the most having enough rest, and also thinking of yourself as well. Women are learning to say, if it costs my peace, it's too expensive. That is another thing that is very important for us women to know. And yeah, it's good for us to know this and have it in the back of our mind. Women, please repeat this line twice during the life. This new woman is not mean. She is healed. She is aware. She's done explaining herself. Once again, this woman is not mean. She is healed. She is aware. She is done explaining herself. So yeah, so women, please do repeat this, because it's very important. And I would like to ask that if this is you, just type enough in the comment. Now, the last but not the least, empowerment and healing. Let me speak directly to women watching who feels guilty for changing. Women, you do not need to feel guilty for changing who you are. Again, you have been trampled all over. You've been pushed to the limit. You've gone through a lot. So by you changing is actually a way of letting people know that enough is enough of the way you've been treated. You did not change, you grew. You did not become difficult, you became clear. Now, one thing that women also needs to know is that you've not changed. You are still the same woman. You just grew up more. You haven't become difficult. You just became clear. You've just let people to understand that you just let people to understand you clearly. The woman who knows her worth always look danger. The woman who knows her worth will always look dangerous to people who benefited from her silence. Women, it's very good and it's very important for us to know our worth. It's so important for us to know our worth. And it's very good as well for you for you as a woman, not to kind of portray to people that you are dangerous, because you're not dangerous. You're not dangerous when you're silent. You are just kind of keeping your peace. You're just keeping your peace. That's just all. You're keeping your peace and letting people to know that, yes, my worth is what is important to me. And I will keep my worth no matter what. So if that person doesn't kind of understand you, then so be it. That's for them. That is their own pocket. It's not for you to kind of be worried and think about. Women, I would also like you to pause and also do say this. You are allowed to outgrow space. You are allowed to protect your heart. You are allowed to choose peace over people. So please, women, also do recite this as well. And then the final thing that I would like to ask, I like to ask as many women tonight. So tonight on All About Women, I want you to leave with this truth. You don't have to be nice to be valuable. You don't have to suffer to be loved. You don't have to shrink to belong. Women are done being nice. Women are done being nice, not because they stopped loving, but because they finally started loving themselves. Yeah. Women they've kind of seen the light. They've seen the light that they are over sacrificing themselves for people, and yet it's not acknowledged. And yet they decided that, look, that they need to love themselves. So, and yeah, they decided to love themselves. So I would just say to women, please think of yourself. It's very important. Now the last but not the least is that I would actually also like to ask that if this message spoke to you, please help me to share this with another woman. Follow this page, because All About Women is a safe place for real conversations. So please, to as many who's watching around the world, please help me to share this message with other women like yourself. Please help me to share this. Help me to share this message to others, and also type yes if this is your story. If it is, yeah, please type yes if this is your story. But apart from that, I would just like to say that thank you all for taking out time to listen. And before I go, I would like to ask that you please do help me to subscribe, to comment, to like me, share with your friends and your colleague, and as many people that you feel that will benefit from this. And please help me and spread this message viral to as many women who needs to hear this. And yeah, God bless you all. Thank you to the person that I saw, and hopefully I will see you all on again. So I will be back. I'll be back on very soon. Maybe before I go to bed, I'll be back on. But I will be back on very soon, so that you guys can hear more of what I have to say. But for now, I end here, and yeah, I'm just going to kind of rest and just take my drink. And anyway, I'll just say thank you, and I will see you all on very, very soon. Once again, this is your girl Adele. So see you all on later on today, and God bless. Bye for now.